Hi guys, it's Jackie from techjackie.com. Welcome to the video on SEO. First of all, if you're brand to this channel, make sure to press the subscribe button below so whenever I release a new SEO video like this, you get notified. In today's SEO videos, I like to go through my backlink strategies that brings over 1.4 million traffic in 6 months for my clients. So this is a case study here. I'll leave the link in the description below. I won't go through the whole case study in this video, but rather I'm going to dive deep into my backlink strategies that I've used for this client website. In fact, it's the same backlink strategies that I've used for all of my clients, and also what I basically recommend all of my coaching clients to do as well, right? It's the tested and proven strategies that I've been using for, like, I don't know, probably almost 2 years now, that I've been, that I've discovered this method. And essentially, it has basically saved a lot of my costs, and it has really improved the effectiveness of my backlinks, right? So without further ado, let's dive right into it. And for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Jackie Owen. I'm the founder of techjackie.com, and SEO and web design agencies, specialized mostly in just SEO. I also do a little bit of Google ads. I publish some of my case studies on my website regularly, so you can go and check it out. Here's my website. And I also have a lot of my SEO case study videos on my channel as well, so you can definitely check them out to know that I'm completely legit here, right? So here's the client website. Just first let you know, he runs a lawyer website. It's a lawyer directory website, so it's a very big website. With basically the goal is like customers can go and find lawyers in different locations, right? More like business directories, but this is a lawyer directory here, right? And I've worked with the client for about 6 months, and we brought over like 1.4 million traffic here. As you can see, there's a whole case study. You can go read it out. So with regards to the backlink strategies, here's basically what I did. First of all, let's look at the type of backlinks, right? So types of backlinks that I've used is the same of the type of web links that I've used for all of my basically clients, right? So this is an established website, so I didn't build any more like a foundation type links. But if, let's say, you are a new website, right? So let's say a new website here, the type of links that I would go with would be like, for example, business directories, right? Business directories, or you can call it like citations, right? So that's the first kind of links. Social media profiles also would be the second type of links that I would go with. Press release also sometimes I use, sometimes I don't. It depends. Like some of the clients, they, or let's say they already have social media profiles, and also some of these already, then I would just build press release. Otherwise, press release might be like an optional thing here, right? But this would be like the set of links, backlinks that I would use for a new website. I would also sometimes add, something like foundational link packages, right? So these are the type of links that you can basically buy from like freelancer marketplaces. Like you can buy from Fiverr, you can buy from Legit, you can buy from different places. They're more like a little more spammy looking type links, but they definitely do work for a new website, at least just to kind of establish your website a little bit, right? When you kind of combine it with all these. Now, when let's say for each of these things, right? Like we cannot just build these type of links and just expect them to help you and right away, because it's not like it's not the same like 3-4 years ago when you could do that. But now what happened is, like, you need to have quality here, right? Like for example, business directories or citation, you can't just build hundreds or thousands of citations and expect them to help you. I would go with like only the top ones, right? So top ones, like you can call them, like for example, Yelp, Yellow Pages, all these major brand, major directories type, right? So these, you don't need a lot, just need like I would say like 5-6 of them to kind of help your website gain the initial authority or something like that. For social media profiles, it's not just about setting up your profiles as well. It's about maintaining them, right? So you can't just set up a Facebook page or Twitter profiles and expect them to kind of help your SEOs. You need to basically post regularly, build audience around your profiles, get some traffic, get some engagement to your profiles as well. That's how Google will look at your profile and see that you're an authority here, right? Otherwise, these profiles don't really do much, right? So you need to basically nurture them as well over time. Press release, again, a lot of cheap press release out there, not recommended. They're not going to do anything. You have to get at least some of the authority website, like really, really good websites. Like, for example, Market Media, or, I don't know, any big authority website, right? News website with lots of traffic. Like, if you buy from the market, that you could find things like Digital Journal, for example, or something else like Fox News. All these type of press release, they're very commonly used by SEOs and other people. Yes, they're authority websites, but they don't really do much. You might need to find providers who provide more variations of website, a little more hard to get type of websites, right? So those type of press release. These foundation links, they do work, even though they might not be that high quality, but when you kind of buy them in a little bit higher quantities, mix and match them along with this and this and this, or if let's say you don't do this, they kind of help in a way as well. So this is the type of links that I would go with if let's say you're starting a new website, right? So, and for I'll talk about anchor text a little bit later, but this is the first type of links that you would build for new websites. Then let's talk about like more established website here, right? So this is more in my case where, like, for example, this client here came to me or with already an established website. He was already doing a little bit well before that, but he suffered some algorithm updates, traffic loss, and then he approached me. As you can see, so this is a timeline of 12 months. This was before he came to me, and then about 6 months he came to me about this timeline here, and you can see the website's been growing. Actually, a little bit before this as well, he got hit. So this is more in a case of like established website, right? So let's say you already have a website up running for, let's say, a few months. What are the type of links that you would use? Obviously, there's a lot of type of links out there, but the only two types of links that I would use mainly, first one is PBNs, and second one is guest posts here, right? There's also link insertion as well, link insertion, but like I don't really see a lot of results from link insertions. So let me kind of distinguish between like, for example, guest posts and link insertion for those of you who are new to, let's say, backlinks, right? So let's say you got a website here. This is your website, and then this is a website where you want a link from, right? Let's say you want to do guest posts, right? So there's also another one which is like link insertion here. This is not what I like to do, but some people, they like to do it. That I think it depends on people. But like link insertions. So okay, so let's see what is guest post. So guest post means this is your website. You reach out to this website and ask for a guest post. So like a guest post means you write a piece of content, right? A piece of content relevant to your keywords or topic, and then you approach this website, and then within that content there's a link back to your website. So you ask this website to publish your article on their website with a link back to you. If they agree, let's say they might charge X amount of money for it, then you'll get a link back to your website on the website you want here. This is on a new piece of content here, right? Whereas link insertion, you do the same thing. You reach out to the website, but instead of writing a new content for them, you just look around their website and find, let's say, an old article here, which is somehow relevant to yours, maybe not 100% relevant. And then you ask for a link inside an old article back to you, right? So the difference here is, number one, you spend more time in writing the content, and number two, you're getting a link from a new piece of content. Whereas link insertion is, number one, you're spending less time because you don't have to write the content, And number two, you're getting a link from an old content, right? So this is the difference between guest post and link insertion. The problem here is with link insertion, yes, you can still get results, but it has to only come from the right type of pages. Like let's say if you go and buy from services, like let's say on Fiverr or from any agencies, they'll just pick any page on the website and then link back to you, right? Now the thing here is, it might be a very old page with little to no authority. Okay, so let me backtrack a little bit here. What I mean by page with no authority, and why there are some pages with authority, and why you want link from a page with authority here. So when it comes to backlinks, right? So when it comes to backlinks, let's say this is a website here that you want a link from, and this is your website. So on this website, let's say they have like, I don't know, 500,000 pages on their website, right? And you got a link from this page, whether it's from link insertion or from guest posts or from whatever techniques, let's say. They have over 500,000 pages on their website. Let's say a website has an authority DA or DR, whatever metrics you use in SEO, for example, of let's say 60, right? A DR of, like, let's say DA or DR of 60 here. That is a measurement of the whole domain authority, right? And you have to remember that this number here is kind of divided among these pages. So let's say it's a 60 DRDA, but it has over 5,000 pages, 500,000 pages. So you're getting a link from this page, one of the 500,000. The thing here about backlink here is it works primarily on the page level, right? Pretty much any SEO signals is the strongest on the page level, right? So a link from this page is not equal to the link on this page, and it's not equal to the link on this page. So every page has different kind of like authority or link power, whatever you want to call it. Now if the link you're getting from is not like internally linked, it's not like getting traffic, for example, and it's not very prominent on this website of 500,000 page, basically it's buried deep within the website, then this authority here isn't really gonna help you much. I'm not saying that it's not gonna help at all. Like, there's the domain authority as well, like this, the domain level score is there, obviously. Like a DR of 60 is still a very powerful link, no matter regardless. But like, the value is not going to be as much as, let's say, you're getting a link from this, which, let's say, get a good internal link from this and this, right? So it's different. Again, it depends on the price you pay for as well. Like, let's say you pay $100 for this, and it's a very good domain, that's still a good link. But if you pay like $1,000 for this page link, which is very deep on the website and really no signal or anything, I don't think it's a good deal, right? So you have to weigh the price and the value you're getting from that as well. So backlink in general works mainly on the page level. So not every page will give you the same authority here. It depends on like if the page is getting internal link, if the page is like getting traffic, if the page is, like basically if the page is getting all the love, all the signals to it. So when it comes to link insertion here, when you buy from freelancers or agencies, they're not going to select the best page for you. Mainly they're going to pick any page on the website, and it's mostly going to be a useless page. That's not a lot of things going on to that page. And then you're going to get link from that. Plus is a link from an old page, right? So you have to think about it like, compared to a new page like guest post, which is more fresh, more live, right? Google's gonna give more weight to a more new type of links, more fresh links than old links, right? So that's why link insertion don't really do much, at least in my case, unless it's on a page which has, let's say, traffic and authority and a lot of things going on to that page. Then only that is a very good link insertion link, right? But you're not gonna really get that if, let's say, you buy from someone else. So, and also it's a little bit risky, I think, in my opinion, because you're getting links from old page. If you just build link insertion, let's say 500 link insertion, you're all getting links from old page, old page, old page. It might look a little bit suspicious, right? Because links are generally on built on a new page rather than an old page. So that's why I just prefer pbins and guest posts. Okay, so let's talk about guest posts first. I think it's more common. So for this client and also pretty much any other clients, I would build like just a handful of guest posts, not a lot. The reason is because it's the same principle here. Because when you, let's say you build a guest post, like the target website's gonna also have a lot of pages, right? So when you publish, so when they publish my guest post on their website, it's not really gonna be much prominent unless I ask for external links, or I ask for like external internal for extra internal links or something like that, right? And also the price of guest posts has gone up a lot over the past few years. Basically the value you're getting and the price you're paying aren't really justifying in a lot of cases now, what I can see. And a very good website that really help in SEO, that don't really provide guest posts in that sense. So that's why a very legitimate guest post is very, very difficult nowadays. And if you just buy off from someone else, it's gonna be, number one, very expensive. Number two, a lot of cases not gonna help you much, right? So what I like to do is with guest posts, like at least what I like to do is, let's say you want to rank for roofing Los Angeles, right? So let me just change the language here. So let's say you want to rank for roofing Los Angeles. Let's say this is your keyword here. What I would do here is I would just search for something relevant to my industry, like home improvement or roofing or something like that. So I would search something like, let's say, how to fix roof leaks, right? I would search something like this, and then I would try to reach out to some of the website within like ranking the first 3 to 5 pages of Google. So let's say I go to this, like let's say for example, I might, check out this website. And the reason why I would reach out to such website, right? Like I would just reach out to this website and ask for guest post or link insertion, whatever it is. But again, I would prefer guest post. The reason is because number one, is very relevant, right? Relevant to my keywords. I want to rank for roofing Los Angeles, and it's about roofing. So, I'm searching this just to bring up website that Google thinks are the best relevant for this, and also trusted as well, because these websites, they rank at least on page 1 to 5 of Google search. It means that they're pretty much in Google's favor, right? Like for example, this one here, cashbill.co.za, is probably in Google's favor. That's why Google is ranking them on page 2 here. So their overall website is trusted, they're relevant. So the links from these websites should really have higher value, right? So that's what I kind of like to do in a lot of cases for guest posts nowadays. Just search for keywords relevant to my business, and then just reach out to them and then get links from them, right? This way I'm getting links from much more valuable websites rather than a very like fake type website. Because this is the website I found here that some of these websites have a link from. So this website, they provide guest posts, right? As you can see here, it doesn't look real, right? It doesn't look real. It doesn't look like legitimate type of website. It's more like a random blogs that people just come for guest posts and here and there. This type of links are pretty much on sale on every agency's list or freelancers list. And these type of links, are they gonna help you? Yes, they're gonna help you, but it's not gonna be worth much nowadays. So that's why finding very good links using guest posts or link insertions is very, very difficult. But I will still try to add them from time to time, just to help build the authority, build the trust. Getting links from such website is very good. However, my favorite method is to use pbins, right? And a lot of white hat SEO is gonna start screaming of using pbins, like PBNs basically has got a lot of bad reputations. Like a lot of people consider it as black hat SEO or maybe gray hat SEO, which is true to an extent. But the thing about PBN here is the reason why I like it so much is, number one, it's very cost effective. Like, yes, you can build your own PBNs, right? Actually, you can also build your own PBN. So what is PBN in the first place? Like, for those of you who might not know about PBNs, PBNs stands for private block network. It can also be website. Doesn't just have to be blog. So it's a website, right? It's websites that is private to you or to someone else, something like that. So let's say this is your main website. You build like 3-4 websites on the side, and their primary purpose is to give backlinks to your main website. This is called as PBN, right? It started out as more like a blog, so these would be blogs website, right? Like simple WordPress blog. But it doesn't just have to be blog. It can just be simple, 4 to 5 page website as well, right? Simple website built just to give backlinks to your main website. The thing here is you can build your own PBNs and maintain them and then use them to build links to your main website. But the problem here is it's very difficult to maintain, because you can't just build links. You can't just build these websites and build links to your website. You have to also build links to them as well. And even better, if you can rank them and get traffic, then it's gonna build it's gonna give a lot of authority to your main website. But the thing here is, like, again, I'm not gonna go into detail on how to properly build your PBN in this video here. It's just more like an overview of my strategies. But what I also like to do here is I also like to buy PBNs from marketplace as well, right? From freelancers, from Fiverr and all that. The thing here is, yes, the PBNs you buy from the market are not as high quality as what you would do it yourself. They're not as relevant. But what PBN from the marketplace and what yours have that the guest posts don't have is the power, is the where the links are placed, right? Like, mostly PBNs are links from the home page. So let's say this is your website, you would have like a couple of pages right on it. Then you would get the link from the home page. Again, these are PBNs from someone else's website that you bought, let's say from marketplace, and then there's like a link back, there's pages on it, right? And then you're getting links from the home page. Again, here, links from the home page. And why links from the home page are the most powerful or the best type of link? Because it's the page which has the most signals going to them, right? So let's say the home page here. Generally, a lot of home page will have links going to them. A lot of home page might have traffic to them and all that. It's the same way in pretty much all websites across the internet. That's why links from the home page are very powerful, and that's why compared to guest posts, they can pretty much give similar value in terms of the results. But you can't just build PBNs and just build them straight to your website. You have to build them very strategically, very smartly. If you overdo it, it can obviously be a problem to your website, especially if you just buy them from marketplaces. So what I like to do here is I don't just build PBNs like, hammer the website. So let's say this is my website here. I would just build, some guest posts to my website, and then I would build PBNs as a mix to my pages as well. I, in fact, even like to do like, so these are, let's say, guest posts. I even sometimes build PBNs to my guest posts, to the page I'm getting the link from. So let's say there's a guest post, and there's a page here. I'm building links to my guest post page, which again is transferred to my website. So I'm making it more safe, right? And also increasing the power of my guest post as well here by doing like this. There's more nuance to this. It's also like selecting what pages to build as well is also important. Like, not every page will respond to the same links. Like, sometimes you build them, it might not give the best result in terms of the effect. Now, I'm not going to go into detail on that. It's a little bit more nuanced, a little bit more complicated. It's what I basically share it more deeply with my coaching clients. But just so you know that you can't just build them straight hundreds or thousands of links of PBNs to your website. You just have to basically build them slowly, steadily, and mix in with guest posts and all that as well, right? And also natural links, right? Like if you build your website long enough, if you have good quality content, you're gonna attract natural links over time as well. So that again will get into mix here, there, and it will help you grow your overall authority as well, right? And PBNs are completely safe as long as you keep it, in check, right? And don't build too much. Build them to your guest posts. Build them to different pages. Don't just hammer on the same page with the same PBNs, right? All that. So this is basically the type of links that I would go with: new website versus established website. Now let's talk about anchor text here, right? So anchor text. So what I mean by anchor text in the first place, like for those of you who don't know, anchor text is the word you use to link to your website. So let's say there's a content here. Let's say you want to rank for roofing Los Angeles. You put in roofing Los Angeles as a word and then link to your website, right? Now with this, for the anchor text, there's like 5 types of anchor text. One is the keyword anchor text, that are basically 5 types according to me. Like it can be different types based on different people. Second one would be like relevant topic. It would be like topic anchor text, I would say. Third one would be branded anchor text. Fourth one would be URL anchor text, and fifth one would be miscellaneous anchor text, right? So let's say your keyword here is roofing Los Angeles, right? Roofing Los Angeles. The keyword anchor text would be something like roofing Los Angeles. It would be something like roofing. It would be like Los Angeles. So anything which contains your keyword, like this is your main keyword, the word roofing is there in it, right? So still consider as keyword anchor text. Los Angeles is there in it, so still consider as keyword anchor text. Topic anchor text would be something which is relevant to your topic. So for example, it can be contractor, it can be something like roofer, right? Something like that. So any word you use that is relevant to your topic here. Branded anchor text, your brand name, of course. URL would be something like www.abc.com or https abc.com, something like that. Miscellaneous anchor text would be something like click here, learn more, something like that. So any irrelevant words, like completely irrelevant to your website, to your brand, or to your keyword or topic. Now when it comes to anchor text, a lot of people like to stick to some kinds of ratio, like ratio of, let's say, 30% keyword anchor text, 10% this, 10% that. The thing here is you don't need a ratio, right? The best type of anchor text, how I build anchor text, how I use anchor text here is randomize it, right? Always keep things random. But obviously you want to stay low on keyword anchor text. You want to stay a little bit more on topic and even more on branded. So basically here is like the strongest, the second strongest, neutral type, a little bit strong, less strong now than weak anchor text. So the stronger the anchor text, the more risky it is, and the weaker it is, the more you can build, right? Because the thing here is, if you use a lot of keyword anchor text, yes, you're gonna rank very good, but it's also very risky. Google can catch you easily. So what you want to do is you want to randomize it. You don't want to just use this or this or this. You want to mix in different type of anchor text every month, right? So let's say you build like 20 links in month 1. So what you want to do is, let's say 20 would be brand, let's say 10 would be brand anchor, and like 5 would be like topic, and then like 2 would be like URL, right? And then like 3 would be like keyword anchor text. As you can see here, I'm keeping the keyword very low. I'm keeping the topic very low. I'm on more on like the brand, right? And in month 2, you would randomize it again. You would make sure your brand is a little bit more, your topic is a little bit lesser, your URL is a little bit more. But keep this keyword low on the lower side, right? Heck, you can even combine them. Like you can use brand plus keyword. You can use topic plus brand and all that. Make sure to randomize it. Never repeat the same keyword. Mix and match different keywords. Make it as randomized as possible, as random as possible. That will always help you stay off the radar. That will always make it more natural rather than using like exact word or one word or two words, something like that. Go for like 3-4 words. Like who cares? Mix in different words. Even like brand with miscellaneous, for example, it can also be combined, right? Like click here to learn about abc.com or something like that, right? So just mix and match. So that's pretty much simplified about my anchor text. Nothing complicated. You don't have to stick to the ratio or anything. No such thing as anchor text ratio. It's more about keeping things natural, right? Ratio is like a very old way to kind of, of how the algorithms work essentially, but now it's very like, it's just looking for patterns, right? It's just looking for patterns. And it's not just anchor text, it's like different type of pattern. Let's say you have used this a lot and also you are on a low authority and all that, then it can trigger a flag. So different patterns add up, right? It's not just one or two things, it's all different things combined together. Right? So that's why ratio doesn't really make any sense nowadays. It's more about randomizing things, right? So I guess that's pretty much it. Nothing complicated. So anchor text, keep things randomized. Type of backlinks, just stick to guest post and link insertion. Guest post best is you build it yourself. Like you can obviously buy from places, but like you're not gonna get the best type of links. If you want, you can just build PBNs alongside with it, which is what I like to do the most. And yeah, backlinks, remember, just piece of a puzzle. You have to also do other things as well. On page is important. Traffic, user engagement, very important. You have to mix in different things. If you just rely on backlinks alone, unfortunately, it's not going to help you as much nowadays. Because this client, we didn't just do backlinks, we did different things. The client also have very good branding. So branding combines with links, combined with on page, are able to help us, grow this much. I don't build just links anymore. Links basically always comes like towards the end, right? Once I have good on page, once I have good branding, then I start introducing links more and more into my equations, right? So that's how you would want to approach it, because that's why a lot of people don't see results with backlinks, because they're missing out other pieces of the puzzle. Backlinks won't work or will not work as efficient as it should be if you're missing other pieces of the puzzle, right? So if you want to learn more about other my SEO case studies, feel free to visit my website. Feel free to check out some of my other videos. If you want to, dive into more scientific-based, results-driven SEO knowledge, you can check out my coaching program. Or if you want to take any of my SEO service, you can also reach out to me as well. That's all for it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.